Semi-final action in the Ninja A-League as the Central Coast Mariners host undefeated premiers Melbourne City. The Mariners fought from a goal down in the elimination final to end Canberra United's season last weekend, thanks to a brace from English import Jade Pennick. Emily Husband's side would need to do what no other team had done this season in beating City if they were to take an advantage to Melbourne for the second leg. City enjoyed a week off following their record-breaking season and look to get their quest for a second piece of silverware underway with a win over a Mariners side they had not beaten this season.
The first leg of the semi-final between the Central Coast Mariners and Melbourne City is underway. The Mariners take kick-off attacking the left of your screens. An early giveaway means that Melbourne City take over possession, and I welcome two-time Ninja A-League champion Grace Gill to the broadcast.
Taya, thank you and good afternoon. Gorgeous day here for football, and Central Coast at home, riding the high of a comeback win last weekend. City, on the other hand, haven't played since a couple of weeks ago when they secured the premiership plate. A big afternoon.
They will have forgotten what it's like to play at home, Melbourne City. They were away to Brisbane, away to Wellington and away to Perth in addition to this game, so maybe the week off was a welcome one, but whatever they did in their midweek game against the boys team in training, they might have to review that, because they do have a couple of their big guns out and a very different looking forward line which has captured our imagination. Will they seamlessly continue on their merry way in spite of no Lourdes Bosch and Holly McNamara not in the starters? An early touch for Sarah Langman here. Mariners goalkeeper, who is quick to clear and finds Bianca Galich with a pass, and now Sarah Rowe. Back to Jessica Nash, over the head of Jade Pennick, and Rebecca Stott will go back to her goalkeeper, Milena Mires. Starting to get a little bit impatient. They want the Mariners to attack. And Galich, with some nice movement, can do exactly that. He's going to shoot from distance, parried, and first to respond is Apostolakis, who clears to safety.
Well, the really clever part about that play was the pass through to Galich, and a little drop at the shoulder from Bianca Galich, this point here, the midfield, and she split two City players, and two very good City players at that. But nonetheless, forces a save out of Mires.
Otto's pass, Krasula put a foot on the ball, but once, twice, couldn't put a stop to Melbourne City's momentum. And now Davidson sprinting forward, looking for the right pass. And a very nice ball through to McKenna, saved one-on-one by Langman. Briley Henry was making width over on the right, but Davidson wanted to find a gap in the defence and did so very nicely.
Was a great run through the middle of the park from Leah Davidson. Has options, good numbers forward, City. At a retreating backline, it was onside, I thought, for half a moment. The run had slipped into an offside position, but that's a very good save from Langman, off her line well.
And Henry here is going to be first to the ball ahead of Martin. Has got support from Rossbacken and uses it now. Rossbacken, Davidson really cutting through the Mariners' defence at the moment, but can't find a teammate. And Langman, a big minute for her, a save, and now intercepting that cross.
The Central Coast Mariners just have to be so aware of the runs of these City players, intelligent runs off the shoulder of their defenders.
Rasmussen gets the better of Stott. The crowd rise. Annalise Rasmussen, Gomez, Pennick, and the tap in for Brooke Nunn. Central Coast take the lead. Brooke Nunn almost in disbelief. And the undefeated premiers of the home and away season go behind in the semi-final.
Well, what a goal from the Central Coast Mariners. A beautifully worked team finish from one end to another on the Harvey Norman replay. Through the legs, Annalise Rasmussen goes and drives into space. A lot of room in behind and a lot of work to do here for the Mariners, and really, really intelligent past this. Watch the continued run of Izzy Gomez. Holds, delays enough, finds the cutback. There's shouts for offside, but it's not. She's on cleanly. It's tucked away into the back of the net, and the Central Coast Mariners at home, they have set sail.
Brooke Nunn's third goal of the season, breaking a 9-game spell without having found the back of the net that stretched back to the 1st of February.
The touch of good fortune, the touch between the legs from Annalise Rasmussen was really well taken, and the run of Gomez too.
And now they've got momentum behind them. Gomez says, why not? Looking for 2 goals in the space of a minute. And the Mariners press, able to win the ball back.
Well, this has been hallmark of a Mariners press across the course of the season. They're organised, they're disciplined, they know their roles well, and they've started this game on the front foot again from this goal kick.
Taryn King with a bit of physical attention on Shelby McMahon, who's been deployed in what I would suggest is an unfamiliar role as the centre forward for this Melbourne City team today. Can McKenna bring Melbourne City level with the dead ball? She goes for power and scores spectacularly. Letitia McKenna brings the semi-final level with a bomb from way outside the penalty area. Melbourne City respond. It's McKenna's 6th of the season, and we're level at 1-1.
Oh, that's just brilliant from Letitia McKenna. Take a bow. What a special strike that is in a really crucial moment. And on the Harvey Norman replay, there is no stopping that finish. Puts her laces through it, technique, power, and picks her spot to perfection. What a hit, and what a way to get your team back on level terms.
Flicked on by Galich. Otto comes through with force. Postelakis brings the ball to ground. And Henry is off and racing. Rowe trying to backtrack. It's Briley. Henry rounds the goalkeeper and City lead. Briley Henry's goal-scoring run continues into the finals. It's 5 in 8 for the City forward. No Mac, no worries. Melbourne City into a 2-1 lead.
Well, momentum all the way of Melbourne City in these last few minutes, and on the Harvey Norman replay, it's a really clever run from Briley Henry. Outside in, across the face of her defender, and then Sarah Rowe has some serious work to do here. Can't do so because it's the speed and it's the shape of the run from Briley Henry that makes this incredibly difficult to defend. Takes the touch in front of the run of Rowe, takes it around the goalkeeper and passes it coolly into the back of the net. City silencing the Mariners home fans here.
How about the composure, Grace, to round the keeper? Forcing it into the middle, has come unstuck. Hughes takes the ball and repels. Now McKenna. Henry hanging off the last defender. Is she about to repeat the magic? Briley Henry again. Not this time for Langman. Down at the feet of the oncoming Henry and prevents her scoring goals in quick succession with a good one-on-one save.
Well, Langman had to get that one right. And again, watch the run of Briley Henry across the shoulder, the blind side of Taryn King. Really difficult to defend against. Tries to go around the same way. Sarah Langman. I imagine about the 60-minute mark for the Mariners, we might see a Tiana Fuller.
Stay with Pennock here, who's taking on Otto, trying to cut off the angles. Pennock turns onto her right side and shoots straight at the keeper. Talk about that at the next break in play, because City dangerous again. Nash clears, Gomez. Rasmussen sets Pennock away, but working wide. Nunn's in the middle. Pennock, beautifully measured ball. Brooke Nunn. Mires out of the equation, but there are defenders back. Nunn! The crowd tells the story. Brooke Nunn has 2, and the Mariners are level. Central Coast are up for this one. And Melbourne City against an opponent that they just can't shrug.
Well, brilliant stuff from the Central Coast Mariners. Another fantastic team goal. Transition period on the Harvey Norman replay. This pass from Annalise Rasmussen sets this apart. Good weight, good ball speed, and this ball as well. The vision from Jade Pennock to pick out the run of Brooke Nunn, who is working tirelessly into the centre of the field, and she has so much work to do with that finish. Rounds the keeper on the first time of asking, but this angle gets tighter and tighter, has a glance up and makes no mistake. That is some finish.
Martin, Rasmussen touches it around. This is shooting range for Rasmussen. It was flat, it was travelling, and it goes just wide.
A wicket from Annalise Rasmussen. What a strike that was. And she knew exactly what she was going to do. Exceptional levers and put her boot through it. That is a sweet hit. Just a little wide, but it had mirrors worried.
And we will see you in a week in Melbourne, because we are no closer to working out who will advance to the Ninja A-League Grand Final. Central Coast Mariners 2, Melbourne City 2.
The second semi-final headed to Adelaide, with third-placed Reds facing off against regular season runners-up Melbourne Victory. The Reds notched their first ever finals win with a 1-0 victory over Western United last weekend. Adelaide had lost both fixtures against Victory this season and would need to lean on their home ground advantage for a result against the side that ended their only other finals appearance back in 2022. Jeff Hopkins' Melbourne Victory earned their week off with a 13-game unbeaten run to end the regular season. Matilda Emily Gilnick was a huge inclusion after missing the final match of the season with Achilles soreness.
So underway in the first leg of this Ninja A-League semi-final, Adelaide United hosting Melbourne Victory at Coopers Stadium. Teresa Polias, the build-up is over and we get to see who puts their best foot forward.
Yeah, what a treat we're in for. Second versus third. Both teams in great form. I'm hoping we'll see plenty of goals today.
They've provided for us an early offside here. A 3-2 and a 2-1, and both winners coming in stoppage time or the last minute of play. So Healy looking for Hodgson right on cue, and here she goes. Emily Hodgson feeds the ball through for Fiona Wirtz. Last-ditch challenge comes in from Morrison and saves the day for Victory. Fiona Wirtz on the end of a great run and pass from Hodgson.
That's a beautiful ball in behind. Started with Erin Healy. Great, perfectly weighted in behind, and what a challenge there from Morrison. And there's no helping your opponent up in a game like this today.
Adelaide fans making plenty of noise. Murphy into the near post, bobbled, headed off the line once, and then the follow-up is blocked away. McNamara got herself in the path of Chidiac's follow-up. Erin Healy was crucial though, heading that off the goal line. It wasn't going in, but it did sit up teasingly.
It did, and Jenkins gets the first touch here, but there was plenty more to do there. Desperate defending there on the goal line.
Murphy takes an in-swinging corner. Tonkin a good solid header. Morgan falling on into open field. Chidiac will take the ball then. Newbon using that long ball. What a pass it is. It's going to set up perfectly for Gilnick! Adelaide unlocked, and M. Gilnick rockets the finish in. And the super boot of goalkeeper Courtney Newbon with the assist. Victory 1, lead Adelaide 0.
Well, it's not often you see an assist from your goalkeeper, but we mentioned earlier the long ball ability of Courtney Newbon, and she put it on a platter here for M. Gilnick, but she had plenty of work to do there. Tight angle and a fantastic finish from a player who's had a fantastic season.
On the left foot, it's a great angle for starters, but that's a great finish from M. Gilnick.
An absolutely stunning finish there from M. Gilnick.
Doesn't matter whether she's wearing the orange of Brisbane or the navy of Melbourne Victory, M. Gilnick scores goals against Adelaide United.
She does, Teo. She's a big game player, and this shows why.
And Adelaide will feel like they've been sucker punched there. A long ball from the goalkeeper, and that's all it took. And now they trail and are in need of a response. Plenty of time before the end of the first half. Wirtz, Hodgson, can they get an instant reply? Hodgson over the head of Condon. Leon, Condon, saved it point blank and put it by Healy. Adelaide a level in the blink of an eye. And it's their star American, Erin Healy, with the decisive touch, bringing Cooper's Stadium to life.
What a response here, Teo. This is the kind of game that we were expecting, and the teams are delivering so far. What a great cross in, and who else but Erin Healy? She's been on fire today, and she's the one who stepped up and put that away.
Tell you what, Courtney Newbon's stiff. She saved it point blank from Condon, but there wasn't much she could do about the follow-up.
A very fortunate bounce there for Healy after a great save from Newbon.
Apollonia foiled by Condon. Booted into the head of Healy. And what's the referee saying here? Saying, not the head, the hand, a handball. Adelaide protest in earnest. Caitlin Williams, the referee, says free kick. I'll tell you what, if Alana Murphy was watching Letitia McKenna's free kick for Melbourne City yesterday, Alana Janchevski's gone over as well. Victory have a couple of super boots. This is not beyond shooting range for them.
They do. I'll probably toss the coin here, Teo. Two very good free kick specialists and similar range to what we saw Letitia McKenna score from last night.
And Adelaide have put 4 in the wall, so showing plenty of respect to the right and left-footed threats here that Melbourne Victory have. It will be Janchevski. She lets rip, and Jenkins saves it. Claudia Jenkins has had an outstanding season, and she stepped up there.
She certainly did, Teo. That's a wonderful free kick from Janchevski from range, and fantastic save.
I mean, it's rolled over the top of the crossbar with a touch along the way. Through comes Wirtz, picks the pocket of Murphy. Now Healy. Goes to work against Wilson. Able to sidestep her. Batted down by Newbon. The follow-up from Condon. Very tough shot to get over the top of. Out for a goal kick.
Healy once again shimmies both ways, loses her defender, rips a very powerful shot. But got to mention Emily Condon's ability to follow up off shots. It's very dangerous and something Melbourne Victory need to make sure they're aware of. And Morrison did quite well there to actually put pressure on Condon.
Here's another look at how Newbon got down to the save. Janchevski gets ready to take this throw down the line. Morgan. Healy, great use of the body to lose Murphy. Healy is going to shoot. Well, hits the support holding up the net rather than the back of the net itself.
Once again, in that middle area, Healy does well to let that ball run across her, lose her marker. Let's rip with her right foot and just didn't connect the way she would have liked to, but that's another good opportunity.
Well, she's done exactly what you were describing from that first half. Now Lucia Leon taking on Flannery. Leon breaking into the box. Dorba on the turn, blocked away. Second attempt, stopped in its tracks by Kayla Morrison.
Here we see the earlier ball in from Leon, and Wirtz had a first go at it, and then it landed at the feet of Dorba, who tried to have a shot on the turn there.
Well, so many bodies in the penalty area, hard to find a way through. And, well, they might still have one more game this season. If Central Coast knock out City, if Adelaide knock out Victory, they'd stay with play. Flannery cuts it back. Apollonia saved by Jenkins. It unfolded so quickly for the Victory, and Jenkins had to make a big save.
It came out of nowhere. Chance, great chance there for Apollonia. And who steps up once again? Claudia Jenkins. It was Rachel Lowe who put it over the top. Great run there, and Flannery cuts it back for Apollonia.
That's the effect, though, of taking Hodgson off Flannery on that side of the pitch and moving it to the opposite side. Adelaide caught gold. Here's the resulting corner. Murphy, high to the far post. Victory lead. Claudia Bunge And that could be so important. Trying to find a way to the Ninja A-League Grand Final. Victory lead in Adelaide. And it's their Kiwi centre-back who delivers.
Well, fantastic delivery here. And I mean, we've spoken about how dangerous Victory are off set pieces. They've had plenty of them today. And Claudia Bunge with the head home there.
Adelaide keep possession. Holmes. Vasilion. Sasaki. Blocked by Morrison. Sasaki over the bar.
Did say she's due for a goal against Victory, but it just wasn't to be.
Only 3 minutes of regulation to go. Chidiac on delivery this time. And it's in for another for Bunge. Melbourne Victory with 1 foot in the Ninja A-League Grand Final as they go 2 clear in the first leg. And it's Claudia Bunge's day.
Claudia Bunge once again. So dangerous off corners, and the same player. I mean, Adelaide have nobody but themselves to blame for this. But great positioning from Bunge, and she's just so confident off corners.
Adelaide protesting in the aftermath, but it's Victory who can smile. Emily Hodgson, to the urging of the crowd, has actually unlocked the Victory defence. Here's Dormer, saved by Newbon.
Big chance there for Chelsea Dorber. She knows that that's an opportunity she really needed to take. Newbon comes up strong.
It was shades of the Gielnik goal in the first half, a pass from deep in the defensive half. The ball where they want it. And it's advantage Victory at the end of the first leg of this semi-final. They will head back to Melbourne with a 2-goal buffer. The first leg at Cooper Stadium ends Adelaide United 1, Melbourne Victory 3.
At the end of the first leg of semi-final action, Melbourne City and Central Coast Mariners still have all to play for, while Melbourne Victory take a 3-1 advantage back home. Catch us next week as we see who will face off in the Ninja A-League Grand Final.